Parker here. I just want to say that it's been a while since I posted. Life has been very busy for me. A lot of good, some bad, but I think things are going in the right direction, and that's what matters the most to me. All I can say is that I've been busy with work and tech school. I've been learning how to do some welding, and I gotta say, compared to what I was doing before, I really, really like it. And so, for those of you that maybe you don't like your job or your profession, perhaps the trades could be an option for some of you. But this is another episode of The Government is the Problem. And today we're going to focus on income taxes. Now, I could go with the usual libertarian argument that, income taxes are bad, they're immoral, what have you. The thing I want to focus on is income taxes have this effect of creating envy and jealousy. I've been reading the Old Testament recently, and I passed Exodus a while ago, but I can't help but think of the 10th commandment, if you will. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. And the thing that's really interesting about income tax is that when you have an income tax, it requires management because there's a lot of rules associated with income and what constitutes it, but it puts the focus on who's paying what and how much. For instance, there's a lot of talk right now, oh, well, the rich don't pay enough. The rich don't pay enough taxes. Now, I'm not here to argue whether they should or not, but think about it like this. If we had a tariff or a sales tax model, would you care how much somebody is paying? I mean, think about it like this. Most of you, or many of you, live in states where there's a sales tax. Do you care how much your neighbor is paying in sales tax? Probably not. Why is that? Well, in a lot of states, you pay sales tax when you purchase something, when you buy something. I know that the rules vary a little bit, but the point I'd like to make is that you choose to participate in a sales tax or tariff model. But with income, now we have to argue who should pay what and how much and what types of things constitute income. And so income tax is one of the most corrosive things that a government can institute because it basically turns the population against each other. Not only that, but income tax also just it creates industries that don't need to exist like tax accounting. It also creates a massive apparatus for the state. Think of how many IRS agents exist because they have to process returns, they have to interpret rules. There's a whole industry built on understanding the tax code. And unfortunately, there's no way to simplify it because again, what constitutes income? That's the big thing. But there is another thing to think about when it comes to income taxes. Now, I won't say that income taxes are welfare for the government, but when there's certainty about revenue, it changes behavior. For instance, businesses that have monopolies, they act a lot differently than businesses where they have to earn their dollars. In a sales tax or tariff model, the government has to have policies that promote commerce because people can spend less, they can save. The point is that income isn't guaranteed in either of those models. Whereas in income, because they know that people have to work, it changes the behavior. And I won't say it's 100% proven, but over the last 100 years with the income tax, it's behaved wildly irresponsible with the revenue it's been given, and it just doesn't seem to show signs of stopping. But for me, the biggest beef that I have with income tax is the fact that it turns the population on each other, it creates envy in the population, and it just requires constant management. As governments grow more desperate for income, they start defining everything as income. I think the thing that just annoys me most about income taxes is that as I learn my trade and as I get farther into the schooling, I learned real quickly that production is a really, really tough thing to do. It takes a lot of effort. It's hard, it's tiring, it's hard on your body. And for income taxes to take a third of the earnings you might make or more after having done all that stuff to earn a dollar, I mean, it is enormously maddening. And so, if it were up to me, we wouldn't be paying income taxes. We would have a consumption model, but unfortunately, for the time being, we're stuck with it. But I just thought I'd give you some thoughts on why income taxes are especially corrosive instead of the simple income tax is bad. With that being said, this is Anvil Hammer Forge. Let's get to work.